Hey everyone, welcome to Keller Acres. Today I'm making some sourdough discard chocolate muffins. These are gonna be so good and I'm really excited to try out my new little cupcake muffin liners. They're so cute. I got them on Amazon. So I feel like these are just gonna make them look extra pretty. And they're chocolate, so they're gonna be really good, right? All right, for this recipe, I'm gonna start with the crumb topping. These also have a really pretty crumb topping. So the crumb topping, you need a half a cup of all-purpose flour, a quarter cup of brown sugar, or I'm using coconut sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and a quarter cup of softened butter. I forgot to soften my butter. Got my butter softened. So that is going to be for our crumb topping. Then for the muffins, you're gonna need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of cocoa powder, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of sourdough discard unfed, 1/2 cup of avocado oil, or you can use olive oil in this recipe, 3/4 cup of maple syrup, 3/4 a cup of plain Greek yogurt, or vanilla would work as well, 2 tablespoons of milk, any kind will do. I'm using whole milk, 2 room temperature eggs, and a teaspoon of vanilla, or I'm using my vanilla bean paste. If you've watched any of my videos, I talk about this all the time. I love this stuff, and there is a very easy recipe out there. You can make your own vanilla paste, and you can make your own vanilla extract actually. So easy. You just have to wait for the vanilla extract to be ready. And 1.5 cups of semi-sweet or dark chocolate chips. All right, let's get started. We're starting with the crumb topping. So we're just going to go ahead and mix our sugar and our cocoa into our flour. You're gonna wanna stir this with a fork, or we may have to kind of use our fingers to get this mixed up good. We'll see how it goes. Add in our flour, because this is just gonna be a crumbly topping. Really just to give it a little extra flavor on top and make it look pretty at the same time. So this is just, again, gonna be crumbly. Coming together pretty good with this fork, but you might have to get in there with your fingers too. Yep, I'm gonna do that just to kind of pinch it together, just so you get all of that flour and cocoa incorporated in there really good to your butter. That looks good. Gotta wash the fingers off. We're gonna set that aside. Also have your oven preheating to 425 and have your muffin tin ready. Have mine ready with my pretty new liners. Next up for our muffins, got my new glass bowl. I love these. I got these, a set of 3 Pyrex glass bowls on Amazon for $18. I love them. I just kind of like mixing things and being able to see it in the clear bowl because it's kind of pretty. Just makes it more fun. Okay, gonna throw in our 2 cups of flour and our 1/2 cup of cocoa. Gonna go ahead and mix that together. Give it a little stir. Mix in our salt, baking powder, baking soda. Give that a little mix. All right, next we're gonna add our wet ingredients together. I'm just gonna use this other little mixing bowl that I had my flour in. So in here, we're gonna mix together our maple syrup, sourdough discard. I'm loving using my sourdough discard in recipes. I have not thrown any out for a long time now. I've just been feeding my starters smaller amounts and then using my discard in recipes lately. So many things you can use it in. Cookies, muffins, breads, all kinds of things. Okay, pour our milk in, pour in our oil and our yogurt. Give that a little stir. Okay, next up, I'm gonna add in my vanilla bean paste. I also recently made some vanilla bean powder. It didn't make very much though, so I need to make some more of that. I need to get some more vanilla beans. I'm also kind of going through this vanilla bean paste pretty quickly. It's not gonna be long and I'm gonna need more of this too. Okay, I'm just pouring because I like extra vanilla. So, you know, when the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon, I just probably pour in more like a tablespoon. Now we're gonna add in our eggs. The room temperature eggs just mix in better than a cold egg. You can use a cold egg, but it just doesn't mix in as easily as a room temperature egg. All right, now we're gonna mix this into our flour mixture. Just gonna pour in about half, stir that up a little bit, and then I'll pour in the other half. Also handy to have a cookie scoop ready for when we go to scoop these into our muffin tins. Dump in the rest. You can see my little vanilla bean flecks in there. That's what you get when you use a paste or a powder. You get those little flecks of vanilla. So many things you can make with vanilla beans. If you check that out, you can make vanilla sugar. I'm going to be making that in the future. Obviously, all kinds of extracts, but you can make different ones with different alcohols just to get a little different flavoring. We've got some going with vodka, and we have some going with spiced rum, and some with bourbon. So those will definitely be popping up in future videos once those are ready. They're still sitting in the pantry, just waiting. They need to sit for about a year. That's a long time to wait. And I've also heard vanilla salt. I'm interested in trying that one too. Got this all nice and mixed together. Now we're just gonna fold in our chocolate chips. Then we're gonna be ready to scoop this into our muffin tin. We're ready to scoop. Okay, again, these are gonna be baking at 425, and they're gonna bake for about 14 to 17 minutes. You wanna fill your muffin tin about 3/4 of the way. I'm just gonna start by putting like 1 scoop into each little liner, and then just kind of see where I'm at, and then add more with what's left. That way I'm trying to keep them fairly even. So kind of a heaping scoop, really, a very heaping scoop. Then once we get all of these filled, we'll be putting our crumb topping on each one. I think it's gonna be like a 2 scoop per liner is about what that's gonna end up being. Looks good. Now for our crumb topping. I'm just gonna sprinkle this on with my fingers since it is just kind of a crumbly, it is a crumble. It's a crumble topping. So I'm gonna go through and sprinkle each one, and then I'll probably do the same thing and go back through and sprinkle on a little more. All right, a little bit left, so just go back and sprinkle a little bit more. All right, we are ready to pop these in the oven again for 425 for around 15 to 17 minutes. I will let you know exactly how long I bake mine for. Okay, my muffins are done. I baked them for 17 minutes. Then I sprinkled a little powdered sugar on top. You don't have to do that, but it just adds to it a little bit. So let's cut into this and see. Kind of sad to have to take off this really cute wrapper. I like how they're nice and tall, kind of a nice tall muffin. They're just really pretty. I hope they taste as good as they look. I'm sure it will. Let's cut into this. Those nice chocolate chips in there. Really good. What I like about this muffin is it's not super sweet, because again, it's a muffin, it's not a cupcake. So even though, I mean, you look at it, it kind of looks like a cupcake. Muffins tend to not be as sugary as a cupcake. And this having the maple syrup in it, it's a better choice for sweeteners. That crumb topping and the chocolate chips in it just give it a nice little extra sweetness though. Just kind of the right amount. Really good. So if you have some sourdough discard you want to use up, try these chocolate sourdough discard muffins. They will not disappoint. And check out those adorable little muffin tin liners on Amazon. 200, I think, for maybe $10. Pretty inexpensive, and they're just so pretty. So if you have somewhere you want to take something, I mean, this just kind of adds to it. If you're taking them to a party, a family gathering, whatever, I don't know, just kind of fun. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you're enjoying our videos. Please hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, thank you. We appreciate you. Give us a like. Feel free to comment. We love to hear your feedback. Also, you can follow us on Keller Acres on Facebook and Instagram.